Hey y'all, it is Wednesday and there is a word. Not feeling my best today, but there is something that I did want to share with you today. So, earlier this week on March 23rd, I celebrated it being 7 years since I had a widow make a heart attack. And I do my best to kind of acknowledge the day every year just so that I can remind myself of how far I've come. And I am always drawn back to a specific scripture, and that is Zechariah 4:10, which says, "Don't despise small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin and to see the plumb line in Zerubbabel's hand." Now, I'm not going to get into the whole backstory about what was going on in Zechariah, but he was in the process of the children of Israel were in the process of rebuilding the temple. And there were some people who were just kind of, turning up their nose because they remember the original temple, and this new temple just seemed very small and unassuming and not very important. And I remember in the early days of my recovery, all of the things that I could not do. I couldn't sit up by myself. I couldn't bathe myself. I couldn't roll over in the bed. I didn't have the trunk strength because I was partially paralyzed, and I was just weak from having been in a coma for over a week. And last night, early this morning, I wasn't feeling well, and so I, without thinking, kind of adjusted myself and I rolled over. I couldn't do that 7 years ago. And I remember the first time that I actually was able to roll over by myself. It was extraordinary because I didn't think I would ever be a stomach sleeper again. And I'm a stomach sleeper again. So I say all this to say that I don't know where you are in your journey in life, but don't be discouraged by the small steps that you are taking, because the small steps lead to bigger steps. And while you may not think that the small steps or the small things are significant, those are the very things that God is looking at, and that some years down the line, you will remember as being small beginnings that paved the way for where you are now. So that's it for me today. And God's willing, I'll see you all next week.